Got all 4 wheels built. Wasn't that fun? Okay, believe it or not, we are on step number 131, which is our last step of physically building the Baja, other than the body. Let's go ahead and take our front tires. Again, they're the skinnier ones, and if you use your thumb and push on them, it's actually the softer ones. So, the skinnier tires, and we're going to look at the hex on the back, and the hex is going to line up with the hex on your front extender. Sometimes you got to reach in the back and hold it into place so that the hex lines up, or spin it around a little bit. You have to sometimes work on it until it properly aligns, which I'm having an issue with here. It's not that hard. I think it just doesn't like to be done with the video, so it's not letting me do it. There we go. It's on. Let's grab a wheel nut. Just real quick with your wheel nut here, you'll be able to see that it's grooved on one side. It has little ridges, and that goes to the inside against the wheel. Put that little puppy on. Let's grab our wheel nut wrench, tighten it up, and that one's done. Grab a rear. Go ahead and put that on, wiggle it until it slides over the hex. Put the wheel nut on with the ridges towards the wheel. Tighten it down. We're going to do the same on the other side. Put the rear on. Well, if you're building along with the video, congratulations. The hardware portion of your Baja is all done. And you should be able to go out and run it as it is. However, I don't suggest doing that without a body. If you run without a body and you flip over or whatnot, you're going to scratch, damage some of the parts. So it's always recommended to run with a body. If you've been watching along and been saying, hey, I know that there's a whole bunch of aftermarket parts out there. I know you've been showing me HPI parts, but I want to get some aftermarket stuff. Feel free. You know, there's many, many Bajas like this one, but as the old saying goes, this one is mine. And you can do with it whatever you would like. You can add all sorts of different tires, wheels, pipes, cages, shock parts. Just about every single piece on this vehicle there's an aftermarket part for, and you can take a look at them from your favorite Baja retailers. A good resource to go to find the different hop-ups and to evaluate them and make sure that you're actually buying the right part for your vehicle would be RCLargescale.com, and it's a forum. You'll find not only it's a great place for people to answer your questions, you'll also find that all of my videos are hosted there, and you can check out all the reviews. I've reviewed well over 200 Baja products and shown you how to install them. So come on by and say hi. That's it. Make sure all 4 are tightened down. And we're going to do a really short segment on the body next. I'm not a painter. I can build a Baja, but I cannot paint. So I'm just going to show you how to mount the body up onto your Baja, and you can choose your own paint and how you're going to do that by yourself. So we got that segment and maybe another 1 or 2 after that. But otherwise, you are now a Baja owner. On this segment, like I had mentioned earlier, I'm not a body painter, and I'm going to allow somebody else to do that because it's not a cheap body, and again, I'm not a painter. I know my limits. I am going to show you, however, how to install the body stays onto the body. We're going to grab these, and there should be 2, 4, 6, 8 of them, and 8 body clips. We're going to put the body clip through the little hole in this end, and these just keep the body clips from getting lost. Pretty cool little items. If we take a look, there's a front and a back. This is the front, and this is the back. There's a little ridge in here, and these are going to slide through the hole on the body, and at that point it's going to look like this when we're done. When you get this pressed through, you're going to want to double check from the back of the body to make sure that none of these ridges are folded over and that it is in there properly. Again, my wife hates this, but I'm going to spit on it before I put it on. It just seems to help everything get in a little easier. Okay. It is now salivated on. Just going to slide it up like that until it catches and spin it around with pressure on it, and it should go most of the way in. Going to turn it over and take a look, and I'll see that some of the little edges on here are folded over. So I'm just going to use my fingernail on there while I'm pressing up from the bottom, and it's going to straighten it out until it's fully seated. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. Spit and all. So you're going to do that for all 8 of them, and then you're going to, because this isn't painted, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and install the, got dog hair on there. I'm going to go ahead and install the rest of these and put this on the Baja, and we'll see what it looks like when it's all done with the clear body. All right, I got all my body stays in, and I want to talk a little bit about body fitment on your new wonderful SC. And each of the points where a post goes through the body is adjustable, and that can adjust the height of the front with these two, the height of the back with these two, and in and out on the sides with these two on either side. A couple things that we're going to want to watch out for. Basically, when I put this one on, the front fit fine, goes right in. I can put the body clips in. The sides we'll talk about in just a second. But the rear, as you might not be able to see here, the rear, my body posts and the body won't push down far enough to stick up through so I can latch my body on. So we have 2 choices here. We can either raise the body posts in the rear, or we can start trimming a little bit on the body, which I'm not going to do. Being that this is a stock build for us, we're going to leave everything the way it is. So it's pretty straightforward how to do that. We're going to remove the body. I'm in a tight, cramped area here, so bear with me. And at this point, we're going to raise up the body posts, and I think that probably 1 pinhole is going to be enough on this. However, that is yet to be seen. So if we raise it up 1 pinhole, we go from here to here. And if I remember correctly, that may not be enough. So I'm going to go up to the 3rd pinhole. I'm not watching under there, so it's hard to see. I'm going to lift that up to the 3rd pinhole. We'll try it there. We can always adjust it back down later. I'm going to do that on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to try my body back on again, and let's see where that brings us. Also, we're going to take a look at the side of the body, and especially at the rear for the wheels. What we want to do is when we press down on the Baja, those wheels need to go up inside the body. If they're not going up fully inside the body, we're going to want to scoot these out by one more, or keep going out until it allows the wheels to completely sit underneath our Baja without rubbing. So we have the fronts on, the sides on, and the backs now poke up through perfectly for us to put the body pins in. Now, let's take a look at the back. I can see here that our back is rubbing just a tiny little bit on that rear wheel. So I'm going to reach in and move the back pin only out one peg and see what that does. This should take care of the problem for us. Okay, I've moved that out one peg. Go ahead and put our body back on. And if you take a look now, the tires do not rub on the body. So that's how we're going to adjust. Make sure everything's good. If you're doing a lot of hard landings and your body comes down, if you look on the inside of the body, once it's painted, right up in here, if you see any rubbing, then you may want to raise your posts up one more. And you're going to do that also on the front. So body adjustment is pretty important in keeping your Baja healthy. Go ahead and pin these on. And we are now complete with our Baja build. There we go. So, fuck everybody. Damn it, that whole section up. Oh well, we have a Baja now. A Baja. Amen. Baja this bitch.